up, everybody? It's your boy One Gun here, and today we are going to do a special tutorial, and it is called grabbing a gun from off your back, starring Mason. So I'm going to play this real quick so y'all get an idea of what I'm about to do. And that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to do an animation and show you all how you too can get Mason or any other one of your characters to grab a gun from off of his back and place it nicely in his hand. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to do a couple things first. One of the things being is we're going to have to go to Mixamo to get the actual animation we're going to be using, and then we're going to have to take that animation into 3D Exchange, and then from 3D Exchange bring it into iClone, and from iClone we're going to go and get us a gun, a shotgun hopefully, and attach it to Mason. And this tutorial is going to need at least 2 shotguns. Well, basically it's going to be the same shotgun, but we're going to duplicate it. So let's get over to Mixamo, shall we? So here we are in Mixamo, and what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here to the search bar. We're going to click on animations first, and then go to the search bar and type in rifle, R-I-F-L-E, rifle. Enter, and you see we have all these rifle motions. So the rifle motion we're looking for is this one, grab and put back rifle. You can grab this one, or you can grab rifle from behind. For this tutorial we're just gonna let's grab this one because this has both the motions of putting the rifle back and pulling it out. So we're gonna grab that one, and you just want to click on that and choose what character you want. I prefer to use the Y-Bot because he's simple. And what we'll do next is just go over here to my assets, go to animations, and there's your thumbnail of grab and put back rifle, and we'll just click on that and then queue it for download, and then go over to my downloads and then click download on the grab and put rifle back Y-Bot. You download that, and then in your downloads, if you got Firefox, you'll just click that. You would just actually I'm going to show all my downloads and pull this window over here, and then I'm going to start up 3D Exchange. Going to enlarge it, and then all you have to do is from your downloads right here, just left click, grab it, and just slide it into the window, push OK, and it will load up in a second. And I've already done a tutorial on how to get motions into iClone and 3D Exchange. The link is right here. You can click on that, and you can bypass all this and you can just watch that, or you can just watch what I'm doing right here and get the gist of what I'm doing. So right here you got your character in the T-pose, and think about it is the character is not a standard character, and that's because you don't see a little running guy next to the little symbol right next to these motions you pulled in. So what you want to do, you want to come down here to convert to non-standard, go to the presets, custom, Maya IK, the little button is green, push active, and then push convert, and now your character is totally converted over for you to now go down here to these 2 boxes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to here, and I'm just going to delete. Actually, I'm going to delete this top one. I'm going to go ahead and just delete that, and we're good to go now. So what I did is I just deleted the T-pose off of this because I'm not going to need it inside of iClone. So all I gotta do now is go to this iClone tab right here, click on that. Export geometry, we don't need it, just leave it as is. Browse and stick it into the place that you want it, in whatever folder. You can make a new folder for it by going make a new folder, but I went ahead and put my motion folder, and you push OK, and then you carry on about your business. So now, since all that's done, I'm gonna push the X, no, and I'm gonna close this too, and this, and I'm gonna go over here and grab, go to content, go to my G6 character, Mason, and just pull him out. Okay, and let me pull my timeline back over here onto this window, and I'm going to close this one. That real estate, give me some little real estate back there. There you go. And I'm going to pull this up, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, probably close. I'm already going to close the project and the switch here. I'm just going to shut those off. I don't need them because I don't have to use those right now. And I'm going to pull this over some this way and pull this over some that way, and then I'm going to give me a little bit more space to work with. Okay, there we go. So now we got our character we chose, and we're going to go over here and click on to motion. Over here up under Mason's tab right here, go click on the motion, and then I'm just going to right click and just delete that little animation right there for that pose he had. So now he's in the T pose, and what I want to do now is go to create primitive shape in a box. And I'm going to do this box. I'm just going to make this box of control for our character placement, wherever we want to put our character or whatever. So I'm just going to use that. I'm going to turn it into a dummy. Push Control D to make it reappear. Don't click on the Mason. And then I'm going to link him to the box. Excellent. So now, what I'm going to do now is get that animation out. Before I get the animation out, I'm going to go back to my content, go to my props, and I got this shotgun. I got a shotgun from what's the name of them people? Wartech. Yeah, Wartech. I bought it a long time ago from Wartech when they were with Renderosity, but now they got their own thing going on now. They got their own website and stuff, and that was many years ago. But they make some good stuff, and RS. And I got this shot. This is where I got this shotgun from. It's what you call a combat rifle. Looks pretty cool. Looks awesome. You get a real good look at it. There it is. Real nice shotgun. Alright, so what I'm gonna do with this shotgun is I'm going to first things first is go to the modify panel, pull this out, and I'm going to set the pivot to the middle of the shotgun. Push that back. I'm gonna push E for the clips rotation tool and adjust this so I can put this in his hand. Now you're gonna do a lot of adjusting for this because of how the animation is, and you will have to adjust this based on whatever character you're using, adjust the hand and everything. So I'm just gonna pull this to right there, and that's good enough. Because now I'm gonna go over here and go to create primitive shape. I'm gonna create a sphere, and I'm gonna use this sphere to connect the hand and gun together. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to connect the gun when you're like connecting objects to your figure. You don't want to connect the figure directly to the object because that can cause problems and issues. So just like you would do if you use the Motion Builder 3D Max, you would make an object that will go in between the figure and the other object you're connecting it to. So And that's good for manipulation because it's a lot easier to manipulate the gun while it's attached to an object rather than trying to manipulate the gun while it's attached to the figure. You know, if the object is attached to your hand, the object that's attached to your hand is attached to another object, well then you don't have to mess with that object as much. You can play around with the position of the gun wherever you want to put it, and it'll stay attached to the hand. You don't have to worry about, you know, going in there and moving around and playing around and messing up your pose by adjusting the gun inside the hand. But if you have an object attached to the hand and that object attached to the other object, well, it'll be easier. Okay, so that's explained, I think. So let's get some kind of artifact in there. I don't know what the hell it is, but that's okay. So now we're gonna go over here and click attach to the hand. So now it's attached to the hand, and if you want to, if it is real attached to the hand, you just come over here and under attach, it'll say attached to rear losing G6 beta right hand. So it's attached. So now we're gonna go over and click the gun, and we're gonna go over to scene. We're gonna click back onto the gun and hit attach, and we're gonna attach it to the ball. Cool. Awesome. So now we're gonna while it's still attached to, while it's still selected on the gun, we're just gonna just pull this gun into position, and this is gonna change after we bend his hands and everything together. So this is all going to change. So let me move this around, and that is good enough right there. That is good enough for what we want to do. So now if I click onto his body and go over here to edit motion layer and click onto his right hand, you can see that the gun is hooked to his arm. And then I can actually go to the gun itself and manipulate it in which way I can without, you know, having the actual hand follow it, you know, so having to mess it up in the actual hand. So it's real tricky. It's real tricky to explain it, but I guarantee you, if you do it this way, you won't have no problems in the future. All right, so object attached to hand, second object attached to the object attached to the hand, and link them all together. so what we're gonna do now is put the motion on. So go to content and go to animation, custom, and we put that in the motion folder. So let's go all the way up here to motion, and let's see, where is it? It's here. It's in the G's. I think that needs to pass. Okay, grab and put. Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna click on the Mason and click onto that. There we go. Now, as you can see, it's not perfect. You know, some adjustments have got to be made on Mason. So what we're gonna have to do is, I'm gonna pull this down here. First things first, we're gonna cut this in half, and we're gonna say about right here. And I'm gonna go down here to the timeline. There we go. And I'm gonna break this right here and slide it over, and I'm just gonna delete that. So we only got this right here. That's it. So now everything else is going to be basically us going in and doing some tweaking to the character itself. So First things first, we have to get this thing in his hand correctly. So, and getting in his hand correctly now is what needs to be correctly done. So I'm gonna go over here to scene. To the actually, I'm going to rename this to gun in hand. Okay, and I'm going to go back into the motion layer, edit motion. Well, yeah, go to edit motion layer and click on that and just bend the hands. You know, get the hands in a gun position or whatever. Yeah, like something like that. There. Just get the hand in a decent position. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot because right here he's not gonna have the gun in his hand. So it really doesn't matter how the hand should be, other than just curl it just a little bit. Because right here is where he's going to grab the gun, like right here when you pull out. So we gotta, right here is where he's going to put his hand on the gun. So we're going to have to do a couple things here. We're going to have to take his arm, hit E, and we're going to have to bend his arm up a little bit and bring it a little bit closer. Bring it just a little bit closer, adjusting it, and then let's see, we gotta get it to fit on his back. We gotta get him to put this gun on his back, so it's gonna be a little tricky, but it can be done. And I'm probably gonna have to take his hand right here and bend his hand down. Rotate it and then put it on its back. Like I said, we're gonna have to do a lot of adjustment on this gun in his hand. So okay, everybody, at this point I think what I want to do now is add a flag right here, because I want a point to where I don't have to be like going back and guessing where the actual spot is, where the gun is actually on his back, where he's grabbing it from. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here to where is it? This right here, and that's basically add a flag. I'm gonna push that button and I'll put flag ID, gun on back, and then I'm gonna put gun placement. That's all I need, and I'm just gonna push apply, and as you can see right there in my timeline, you're gonna see a flag as of the spot where my gun is placed. So I can go over here, I can go over here on timeline, but I can always come back to this spot right here, and that's where I got the gun sitting directly on its back. And that's pretty cool. I kind of like flags. They've always had them, but I never used them, but now I do, because it's just another aid in doing animation. So now, since I got that situated, I can now go to the next step, which is sitting right here and going back to scene and going down to my avatar and going down to the gun in the hand and manipulating this to where it's in the right position. Yeah, put this in the right decent position right here. Let me see. Actually, maybe twist it around this way a little bit and turn it in that way a little bit. And let me go into the character now, and let me go to the modify panel. Let me go to the edit motion layer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab his hand right here, try to see if I can get his hand. No, that's not going to work. Maybe rotate it a little bit, push back a little bit this way, and maybe rotate his hand a little bit back that way. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's almost where I want it, but I gotta get that gun again. And hit this, and pull that gun forward a little bit, and over to this way some. Maybe rotate it a little bit out this way. I see what the problem is. I have to put this way some. Yeah, it's kind of tricky getting this gun right where you need it to be in the hand where you want it. I think we're almost there. We're almost there. I just think it's the thumb that needs to be adjusted here. So we're gonna click back onto him, go to his edit motion layer, grab his right thumb, and just pull it out this way, and maybe do that, and then twist it a little bit. There you go. Okay, there we go. So let's put that over there, and what I'm going to do is now let's go over here to his timeline and open up his motion layer and see what we're doing here. Okay, cool. Well, that's all I need. I just needed for him to basically. And I got the flag, so the flag puts that right there where that needs to be, the placement of the gun. Now we're going to go to the next part of this, which is grabbing the gun itself. And what we want to do is we want to take the gun, okay, and we want to detach it from the ball, putting it back in the prop section. And then we're going to grab the widget, push control, and then what we'll do is we're going to slide this out so we make a duplicate. And we're going to rename this duplicate to gun on back. All right. Push enter. And we're going to take this gun and put it exactly where we got it from. Make sure you line everything back up. Make sure everything's lined back up. Looking good. And now we're going to take this gun and we're going to attach to his chest. All right, now we're gonna go over here to modify, and we're gonna look for hook to his spine. Well, let's see if that's. Oh yeah, one more thing. We're gonna go and we're gonna remove the animation from that object. Hold up, I need to go back here. Right there. This is something else I forgot to do. I forgot to go back to the gun in hand and hit attach and attach that back to his hand. All right. So let's go back to this position right here where the flag is. And let's take the gun in back. And let's attach that to his chest, or spine 3, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's where it needs to be at. And also let's remove object animation. Now let's see what happens. Okay, that's exactly what I need right there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back here to this gun in hand, and we're gonna make sure that's clicked on, and we're going to actually place. Well, actually, we don't need to place this gun. What we need to do this gun right here is actually go into the timeline, and we got the gun in hand right there, and we're gonna go down to visibility. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna click right here and turn the visibility off. And then when we get all the way over to where this little flag is, we're gonna cut the visibility. Cut the visibility back on. Now we're going to grab the gun on back, and we're going to actually cut the visibility for that. Let me see. Excuse me. And we're going to cut the visibility for that. Let's see, where is it? Gun on back, and we're going to cut the visibility on for that off. All right, so now when you reach for it, now when you reach to the gun on his back, and that's the trick of doing that. That's the trick of him getting the gun off and on his back. Let me pull this right here. So the secret is just playing around your visibility presets, and being very careful how you do it. And then what you do is, like, after that, you just go in and you just start, let's see, gun in hand. You just start adjusting the you just start adjusting his hand to what you want it, and you just go over here to your edit motion layer. Just go to edit motion layer, and you just start edit motion layer right here, and you just start grabbing the right hand, and you just start doing things like adjusting it. Just adjusting the arm. No, so it's just all about adjusting. You know how you're gonna adjust his arm. Oh well, I have to. Yeah, that's locked. So we'll have to go over here to this and just pull this up. Let's see, pull that up and. Hit reset. Let's see how that goes. Alright, now we gotta adjust his hand right here. Go back and adjust his hand again. And then we gotta see, we adjust the gun and the hand. So, like I said, it's just a bunch of tweaking that you have to do to get it right. And once you got it right, you'll have exactly what I showed you at the beginning of the tutorial. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to let's go just speed through this real quick and get so I can get it right, so I can adjust it right. So let me get this. Gun in hand. And let me go back a little bit. As you can see, the gun is not correctly in his hand. You see his hand is not even set up for. It's not even set up properly, so he can actually hold the gun right. So I know over here in the content. Motion, gesture, I see hands. Let's see hands. I know they got a gun pose over here. That's not it. No. Ah, here it is. So I could just actually click onto him and just actually click that. Oh, what the hell? Not working, so it's gonna just not do that then. But it's a lot of adjustments you have to do to get this right, and if you take your time and you if you just take your time with it, you will eventually get it right. So let's go back to scene, gun in hand. I'm just going to move this right here, and then move this right there, and then move this. Hand, and then move this right here, and let me go over here and adjust the arm on him, hand, and we'll just do this. Let's see. Put it on local view. It seems to work a little bit better.
don't bang. And yo, I'm bumping my shit cause I had no shame. See my car be blue and my rims be gold. I'm in a '07 bitch, my nothing old. 12,000 watts so my shit cannot. Hey yo, I'm gleaming so bright, diamond clear like a rock. And yo, most like
Like the edit layer, and go to this pinky, this index finger, and let me pull that around like that. Okay, that's gotta be pulled down some. And we rotate this in. And we rotate this in. And let's go back over to the gun in hand. Click on this. Back to gun in hand again. And put this on local view. Place this correctly in his hand. And let me go back here to edit motion layer. And let me get his thumb. The bay in my blue Mustang. You see it's so kitted out that it's so insane. I make the top roll back, let the rag top drop. Michelin tire tread, what you talking about? I got leather all inside with handle in my ride. Next CD, oh you can't see me. Hot wheels, I roll through the bay. Let me see.
Slap in the back.
What's up? See what I want to do. I want to go back to edit motion layer, and I want to get this hand, rotate it this way, this way.
That's it, that's all. Let everybody have a ball trying to listen to my song. Now if you're feeling this, then you can wave your hands. And if you're feeling this, you can go and do the dance. I'm out.
And let me get it back here. Alright, so we're gonna click back on him and get the edit motion layer and hit this. Tweak that. Grab this. this left hand, I'm gonna cuff it a little bit. I'm gonna pull it up some. Take that thumb out a little bit. And there we have it. And there we have it. Let's see how this works. Okay, so I know how to fix this. See how that looks. And I'm gonna take his hand here and just do this. And with this one, I'm gonna do the same thing. And with the ball over here, dummy. Push Control D, and that takes care of that. So now when I play this, there you have it. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. That's how you make a that's how you get Mason to put his gun in his hand. Right before he gets ready to shoot. So that did it for this tutorial. Hope y'all got something out of this. Like I said, let's go over this real quick. We went to Mixamo and we downloaded an animation, and we brought the animation over to here. Then we modified the animation inside of iClone, and by just simply going into the timeline and to the dope sheet, make some adjustments, and then playing with the visibility layers, they can make it look like he's actually grabbing the gun off his back, when in fact the gun is actually doing there's actually two guns instead of one, and the visibility preset makes it look like it's just one gun. So as for this right here, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to go right here, and like I said, you can always go back and do any type of tweaking you want to do on this. It all depends on you. I mean, I'm just a perfectionist. I just like tweaking stuff until it's right. There we go. Now I gotta see what keyframes that's in between. So. Hopefully that's gonna come out looking good. But it's always good to go back and check your work. But that's all to it, you know. That's all to it. Just play it. And like I said, you go back and like this right here, you just go back and you just tweak it. You just pull it out. Hand all the way out there. Then just go back and play it again and see what happens. There. And that's it. That's it for this tutorial. So, like I said, you go in, you play with your visibility presets, and once you played your visibility presets, you use two guns instead of one, and that's it. I mean, you can do this another way by just basically, I guess you can like attach the gun to the back and use some dummies, and when he reaches behind his back, he can always grab that dummy and pull it out. But I thought this method is easier and more cleaner than going and using a whole bunch of dummies and then setting it up right and everything. I mean, you could do that if you want to, but I've done that, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But this method works 100% of the time. You know, I don't have to go back and do nothing, but because when you mess with like constraints and things, you can get lost within the constraint. You can get lost easily. But if you just use two objects, all you're doing is turning one object on and one object off, it's more cleaner. You know, you don't have to go, there ain't that much thinking in it involved. All you have to do is go and just, you know, which one has to be on and which one has to be off. But constraints are kind of tricky. Sometimes you can get lost in trying to figure out which constraint is on which yeah, it's kind of messy. So you can do it that way, or you can just do it this way, which I think is fairly simple, you know. And here, which I believe it's a lot more simpler than there we go, loop that, which I think this is a lot more simpler than you know, than doing it the old-fashioned hard way. And then you can just take this and then you can just save this out as a motion file and just reuse it. You know, I might actually use this for something else, you know, who knows. So this is One Gun Shun, and I'm signing off, and I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and have a nice day. Love, peace, and hair grease. This is One Gun Shun. I'm signing out.
Through the tinted windows, peep those and those. Blow by so quickly, no time for clues. They like, what's that D? Oops, you're confused.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching. Click on the thumbnails to check out other videos. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like. You can also join my Facebook iClone group at HTTP. Well, you see it right there. You can read. Just click the link down in the description. Alright, this is One Gun Shun, and I am finally out of here.
Leather all inside with Panda with my ride. XCD, oh you can't see me. Hot wheels, I roll through the bay, I scroll up and down on the map with slap in the back. MUSTANG, rolling so fat in my new GT.